are you dressed as?
I'm dressed as Emily from cosplayers.
I'm Victor.
Emily and Victor from Corpse Bride. What's that about?
It's a movie about two people falling in love who shouldn't be falling in love. I feel like that's how we see it.
Two people who shouldn't be falling in love fall in love.
Yeah, I don't know
So
how
it's a
to...
human and a dead person.
A human and a dead person.
Who accidentally get married.
Yeah, it's kind of like
It's Tim Burton.
Tim Burton.
Yeah.
Yes.
Are you, during this event, are you competing in a contest?
We're not competing.
No.
Contest, no.
One more question. If you were a pizza, how much tomato would you have?
Pizza? How much tomato is that?
I don't know. I think the normal amount. I'm not sure.
Let's say 2 liters and then let's
2
call it
liters?
Yeah, sure, why not?
2 liters.
Give him a really ridiculous answer and let him have fun.
So what are you dressed as?
I am Cuphead from the game and the series called Cuphead. From the same game and my idiot brother.
Cuphead and Mugman from Cuphead.
Honk!
And what do they do?
They shoot people and gamble their souls away to the devil and yeah, that's pretty much it. We just finger blast people with our finger guns.
Typical kids game.
A typical kids. Yeah, a nice cartoon from the 1920s. But it's around as difficult as like Dark Souls because every time you die, you need to start over with that boss. So yeah.
It's a boss runner.
Yeah, it's a run and gun game. Platform.
Did you participate in any contests during this event? No.
I mean, I made this in a week. Thank you. You're welcome.
On this week?
Like a week.
A week. One last question. If you were a pizza, how much tomato would you have?
I'm more into hot dogs.
More into hot dogs. Lots of tomato.
I'm not a rabbit.
You're more of a carnivore. So what are you dressed as?
Oh, I am Violet Evergarden from the series Violet Evergarden.
Violet Evergarden. And what's that about?
Oh, it's about this girl who is... Oh, I don't remember the word for it, but she writes letters for other people on typewriter. And it's very sad. Like, it's usually very sad stories with different kinds of letters. For example, letters from moms to their kids in the future, or letters from a girlfriend to a boyfriend. Anything from that range.
Are you... During this event, are you competing in a contest?
I'm not competing, I'm just cosplaying for fun.
Okay. One more question.
Yeah.
If you were a pizza, how much tomato would you have?
That is one evil question, actually. Like a solid base and just like a little bit more. Like the average amount of tomato you put on, and just a teensy bit more. Just make it a bit more. How can you say a bit more?
More tasty.
Yeah, a bit more tasty.
Okay, makes sense. What are you dressed as?
I'm from Genshin Impact. She's called Bananas.
Bananas.
Yes.
And what does she do?
She's a Hydroyaksha, which is like the step below a guard. So she protects the land.
Oh, a protector of the land. Are you competing during this event?
Yeah, but not in this one. I'm in the craftsmanship competition.
Craftsmanship. What day is that?
Sunday.
Sunday.
Yes.
One more question. If you were a pizza, how much tomato would you have?
Like medium.
Medium.
It needs to be there, but it's not important.
A moderate amount.
Yes.
Makes sense. What are you dressed as?
I'm dressed as Agent 47.
Agent 47.
Yeah.
What does 47 do?
87, he kills bad people.
He kills bad people.
He kills bad people. Contract killer.
He's a contract killer.
Or hitman.
He is a hitman. Are you competing in a contest in this convention?
I don't know yet.
You
I
don't-
don't know yet. Maybe.
Maybe, maybe not. Still a mystery.
It's still a mystery. But I'm a mystery as well.
One last question. If you were a pizza, how much tomato would you have?
About 33%.
33%.
Yeah.
Why not 47%?
That's the obvious choice, but that goes for the cheese.
I see. Makes sense. So what are you dressed as?
I am Jolene Cujo from the series JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Jolene Cujo from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Yes.
What does she do?
She's a teenager who gets framed for a murder and is sent to prison. She then discovers that the guy who framed her is in the prison, and it's a jailbreak story about her getting out.
They're both in the same prison.
Yes, the villain works as a priest there, and it is revealed that he has some, or everyone in the series has some superpowers, and he's trying to get revenge because her dad defeated a guy in the series before that. It's a whole family saga. It's super fun, super over the top action.
Okay. During this convention, are you competing in cosplay?
No, I'm not.
No,
I'm just here for fun this time.
just for fun. But you have competed before.
I have not. I have considered it, but I'm still trying to find a cosplay where I'm so satisfied with it in the end that I want to compete with it.
Okay, one last question. If you were a pizza, how much tomato would you have?
Okay, sauce, a lot. Slices, not so much. Love the sauce.
So what are you dressed as?
I'm dressed as Yoshikage Kira from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
From JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. This is the second character I see from that series here. So what does he do?
Well, he's a stand user. I don't know, it's difficult to explain without spoiling, of course.
Okay, let's keep it a secret. During this convention, are you competing in cosplay?
I'm not competing, no.
No. One last thing. Can you tell me, if you were a pizza, how much tomato would you have?
If I were a pizza, how much tomato I would have?
Aha.
That's a difficult question.
They always say that.
Maybe just medium tomato.
Medium tomato. Medium is enough. Makes sense. So what are you dressed as?
I am dressed as Lisa from the game Genshin Impact.
Lisa from Genshin Impact. And what does she do?
Well, she is an electric mage. She has the power of electricity and she uses a catalyst to cast the magic.
Sounds shocking. Are you, during this event, are you participating in a competition?
No, I am not.
You're not. One more thing. Can you tell me, if you were a pizza, how much tomato would you have?
If I was a what?
A pizza.
I'm not sure. I would be a cheese pizza.
A cheese pizza.
Just 3 different kinds of cheese.
And no tomato at all.
No tomato.
Nice. So what are you dressed as?
I'm dressed as Kanata Sakamaki from the series Diabolic Lovers. I'm a vampire boy.
A vampire boy. And what does the vampire boy do?
Well, he's kind of creepy, kind of cute at the same time. He likes to make people into wax dolls.
And during this convention, are you competing in a contest?
Not really, no.
No. One more thing. If you were a pizza, how much tomato would you have?
A lot.
A lot.
A lot.
Both slices and sauce.
Yes, totally.
Excellent. So what are you dressed as?
I'm dressed as Jinx from Arcane.
Jinx from Arcane.
Yeah.
How is this weapon called?
This is fish bones, and this is Pow Pow, and this is Mauser grenade, Little Shark grenade, Zap Zap blaster, the big shark grenade, Monkey grenade, and the butterfly bomb.
Are you competing in a contest?
No, I'm not.
Okay. One more thing. If you were a pizza, how much tomato would you have?
A lot. I really like tomatoes, like the parade ones and like the fresh ones, and yeah, just a lot of tomatoes.
A lot of tomatoes.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And pineapple.
Tomatoes and pineapple.
Yeah.
A deadly combination.
Yeah, a deadly combination for a deadly girl.
Makes sense. So what are you dressed as?
I am dressed as Eddie Munson from the 4th season of Stranger Things.
Eddie Munson from Stranger Things.
Exactly.
And what does he do?
Well, he's a dungeon master at Hawkins High School. And he gets involved in all of the crazy things with Steve and Nancy and all of that. And he's on the run because they think he killed someone, but he didn't.
He's being framed.
Accused. He was being framed.
Yeah.
During this convention, are you competing in a contest?
No, I'm not. I'm just here to enjoy the convention because it's the first time in 3 years I've been at a convention because of the Rona. So it's the first time in 3 years I am at a convention, and I'm really excited. And I just finished my Eddie cosplay with the vintage Reeboks and the vintage Levi's and all of the pins and the bag. Very proud of the jacket. I hand-stitched everything on there.
Can you show me the back again?
Yes, of course.
Are those original?
The Reebok?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're original. I found them in a vintage thrift store, as well as the Levi's. I found them at the same store, as well as the leather jacket. So I was like, this is fate. I have to have this. It's meant to be. And the belt I made myself, except for the buckle. I actually found the original belt buckle that was used in the series as well. And some of my badges are vintage as well. And my Iron Maiden patch is vintage from the beginning of the 80s. It's so vintage that they didn't think about stitching on the copyright yet. So I'm very proud of this outfit.
I can tell. One last question.
Yes.
If you were a pizza, how much tomato would you have?
I do like tomato. I don't know. Regular, I think?
Regular?
Regular.
Everything with moderation.
Yeah. Everything with moderation. I agree with that.
Okay. What are you dressed as?
I'm dressed as Marceline from Adventure Time. And I'm dressed from Marnie from When Marnie Was There.
Marceline from Adventure Time and
Marnie.
Marnie. What do your characters do?
My character is just like, he doesn't really do anything. It's just like a Studio Ghibli movie, so it doesn't have like that much of a plot.
I basically just do a lot of music and scare people.
So you're a scary musician. We have many of those where I come from. So instead of doing something, a lot of things happen to your character, I suppose.
Yeah, I definitely see that.
Okay. Are any of you competing during this convention? No. Just for fun.
Yeah.
One last question. If you were a pizza, how much tomato would you have?
I don't know. Not that much, I guess.
Not that much.
Thin layer.
A thin layer. Just to say that it has some tomato. Okay, makes sense. So what are you dressed as?
I'm dressed as Xiao from Genshin Impact.
Xiao from Genshin Impact. And I'm in the way through the doorway.
We are in the doorway.
What does Xiao do?
Well, Xiao's a protector, so he runs around making sure all the demons get annihilated.
So Xiao is a protector who protects humans. Only humans.
Yes, because that's in his contract.
So he only does it because he gets paid.
Well, he doesn't actually get paid. He does it because he has a contract with the god of the area, KoyoCon.
A different type of contract.
Oh.
Are you participating in a competition in this event?
Not this time. I'm just running around.
Just running around, just having fun.
Yeah.
One more question. If you were a pizza, how much tomato would you have?
I
I think like half of me would be full of tomatoes.
Half of you would be made of tomatoes?
Yeah.
Okay, 50%.
Around that, yeah.
Okay, makes sense. One last thing, can you tell me how many cosplayers are required to change a light bulb?
That depends on how high up the light bulb is, because you're gonna need one to think about it, and then you're gonna need one to procrastinate about it, then you need one to actually stand beside the sewing machine and think about it, and then you need the one who actually does it. So at least 4.
At least 4. That's new information.
So what are you dressed as?
Master Chief from Halo.
Master Chief from Halo. And what does he do?
He kills bad guys.
He kills bad guys.
So,
yeah, I'm in a bad position right now. Are you competing in a contest?
no.
No. Not this time.
Broadcasting.
Okay, just for fun. One last thing. If you were a pizza, how much tomato would you have?
Slices of sauce.
Any type of tomato.
A bit of tomato sauce and maybe 5 pieces, slices.
Makes sense. A good quantity.
So what are you dressed as?
I'm dressed as Nezuko from Demon Slayer.
Nezuko from Demon Slayer.
Yeah.
And what does she do?
She is kind of like she's a girl and she turned into a demon, and her brother is supposed to protect her because he is a demon slayer. So it's like he's protecting her.
He's making an exception.
Yeah, he's making an exception for her because they were involuntarily turned into demons. So.
And are you competing in this in this convention?
No, I'm not. Sadly, not this year.
Not this year.
Did, but not this year.
For a longer time.
You did last year.
Yeah, I did.
What's the funniest moment you remember during a cosplay competition?
During a cosplay competition, I think it's just being on stage. I really like the experience of it and like looking out at the crowd, even though I couldn't see anything because I was so nervous. But just being on stage, like showing off all my hard work, having people cheer for me, hearing my friends in the crowd like hooting and hollering, and so that was.
You're my type of people.
Yeah, they were so fun. So, that's just the whole experience.
One last question. If you were a pizza, how much tomato would you have?
I would have a decent amount of tomato, a little above average maybe, still to spice it up.
Slightly above average. To give it more flavor.
Yeah.
Excellent. So what are you dressed as?
Harley Quinn from her new series.
Harley Quinn from Harley Quinn.
Yeah.
And what does she do?
She is a maniac trying to take over Gotham. She's dating Ivy. She's somewhere in the crowd. It's lovely.
Lost in the crowd.
Somewhere over there.
Somewhere over there.
Yeah.
Are you competing in this convention?
I'm not competing in anything. I'm just here to have fun, joy, hang out with friends.
Have fun, chaos, destruction.
Exactly.
Release some steam.
Yeah. 100%.
Great. One more question. If you were a pizza, how much cheese would you have?
How much cheese? A lot of cheese. A lot.
A lot.
A lot. Yeah.
So what are you dressed as?
I'm dressed as Poison Ivy.
Poison Ivy. And what does she do?
Plant stuff. She
Plant stuff.
manipulates like all plant life.
She manipulates all plant life.
Yes.
Are you competing during this convention?
No, not yet.
No.
I'm just doing it.
Just for fun. One more question. If you were a pizza, how much tomato would you have?
Like a little more than the normal amount. So it's a little bit more tomato than it is normally.
Above average?
Yeah, above average tomato.
To add more flavor to it?
Yes.
Makes sense. Thank you.
Of course.